book up wide and meet adventures that wait for you. Live and learn and laugh and play whenever your dream comes true. You could swim along the river all the way to the sea. You could fly up in the sky above the clouds and trees. You could plant a flower garden up on top of the moon. You could swing through the jungle all afternoon. Wherever our story takes us, I can't wait to see. Yes, friends, come and read with me. It's Online Storytime.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Online Storytime at your Grand Rapids Area Library. I'm Miss Tracy.
I'm Miss Patty.
And we're both so excited that you're here with us today. Hey Miss Patty, before we start talking, wow, that's a lot of variety of things up there.
There are so many.
Before we start talking about those things, do you want to sing?
I would love to.
Storytime friends, would you sing with us? All right, here we go. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, clap your hands. And I do want to hear a story. So Miss Patty, what should we talk about today?
I think we should talk about all of these creatures right here, which are all animals.
Animals! So we're not going to talk just about parrots or cats or dogs or gerbils or turtles or fish or bunnies. We're going to talk about a lot of them. So Miss Patty, what is one of your favorite animals?
Ooh, I really like dolphins.
Do you?
I do.
Why do you like dolphins?
I like dolphins because they're really smart, and dolphins also like to play with each other. They're animals that love to play, just like people do.
That is really cool. One of my favorite animals, well, one of my specifically favorite animals, is Miss Patty has a cat named Elsie, and she also has a cat named Odin, and Odin kind of likes people and it's all good, and Elsie doesn't like people.
No.
So I feel really good when I go to Miss Patty's house and Elsie rubs up against my legs and like she's saying hi, and then she goes away for a long time. Yep. So I really like Miss Elsie's personality.
You know, Miss Tracy, one of our books today, the main character's name is Elsie.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Can we read those now?
I would love to. Storytime friends, we're going to read this story called Under the Table. Look at all of these animals and people under the table. Even the tomato and the egg saying hi. This story is written and illustrated by Alan Alberg and Bruce Ingman. And it's brought to us by Candlewick Press. Look, the pencil that's writing the story has a smile. That's fun. 1, 2, 3, go! There once was a girl, Elsie, her name was, yes, Elsie Cannon. She was a little girl, this girl, lived in a house, slept in a bed, loved her cat and dog, named Mildred and Bruce. Her mom and dad named Mrs. and Mr., and her brother named Banjo. One morning, Banjo was helping his dad wash the car. Little Elsie came running up. "There's an egg in my egg cup," she yelled, "and a great big gray thing under the table." But when they all went back into the house, the egg, named Birdie, had run off. The great big gray thing, however, was still there. "That's an elephant," said Dad. "Named Nathaniel," said the elephant. "Let's wash the car with him," yelled Elsie. So they did. Wow, Nathaniel's a big help in washing that car.
Miss Patty, have you ever had an elephant under your table?
I have never even one time had an elephant under my table.
Me either.
Later that day, Banjo was helping his mom unload the car, all full of groceries. Little Elsie came running up. "There's a big brown bouncy thing," she yelled, "with a pocket in it, under the table." There's Nathaniel and the egg. When they all went back into the house, the big brown bouncy thing was still there. "That's a kangaroo," said Mom. "Named Abigail," said the kangaroo. "With a baby in her pocket," said Mom. "Named Joey," said the baby. "Let's unload the car with them," yelled Elsie. "They're gonna help too." So they did. Everybody unloading the car. That is an enormous help.
Maybe we need a kangaroo.
Maybe. Later still, Banjo was helping Mom and Dad set the table. This was not easy. The knives and forks kept changing places, and the salt and the ketchup made cheeky remarks. Little Elsie came running up. "There's a penguin on the counter," she yelled, "and another one in the fridge." But by the time they all turned around, both penguins were in the fridge. "Two penguins," said Dad. "Named Wilfred and Theodore," said the penguins. "Let's take them to the beach," cried Banjo. "For a paddle," yelled Elsie. "For a swim. For ice cream, fish and chips, pizza." "I know what we should do," said Mom. She grabbed the teapot just as it was running off and poured herself a cup of tea. "Let's get up early tomorrow, load the car, pack the camper, and go on vacation with them," yelled Elsie and Banjo. "Yes," said Mom. So the next morning, Elsie and Banjo helped their mom and dad load the camper. Nathaniel and Abigail, Wilfred and Theodore helped too. The teapot, half a dozen cups, and a milk jug hurried down the front path. "A vacation, hooray!" and jumped into the camper, all by themselves. Everybody getting ready. I have never even one time taken a vacation with penguins. And away they went. Look, if you look really closely here, Storytime friends, the elephant and Banjo are riding in the back. That is so silly. It was a wonderful vacation. On the first day, the sun shone. On the second day, they played hide and seek in the woods. The third day, it rained. On the fourth and the fifth and the sixth day, Banjo, Wilfred, and Theodore played in the ocean. Mom played tennis with Abigail, and Elsie threw a stick for Bruce. When Dad got hot, Nathaniel cooled him down, and when they all got hot, Nathaniel gave everyone a ride. That is one handy thing about having an elephant. On the last day, they had a barbecue. Banjo was helping his dad with the cooking. Little Elsie ran up. "There's hundreds and hundreds of microscopical little thingamabobs," she yelled, "under the table." And when they all went over to the table, the microscopical little thingamabobs were still there. "Those are ants," said Banjo. "Named Alice, Armita, Alan, Archibald, Annabelle, etc.," said the ants. By now, the sun was going down. Banjo and Elsie needed a flashlight even to see those little ants. "Let's get them some sugar," Elsie whispered. The ants peered up with hopeful expressions on their tiny faces. "And ketchup," cried the ketchup. So the ants had a party, and Elsie and Banjo, Mom and Dad, Nathaniel and Abigail and Joey, Wilfred and Theodore had a party too. That's a worn out cookie sleeping over here. Now it's bedtime. Good night, Elsie. Good night, Banjo. Good night, Mom and Dad, Nathaniel, Abigail, Wilfred, and Theodore. Good night, Joey. The moon is up, the stars are out, and the story full of such fun, don't you agree? And exciting stuff. Yes, the story has reached the end. Well, nearly.
Hey, story time, friends. Miss Patty.
Yeah.
Anybody want to do a flannel board?
I'd love to.
It's flannel time. Oh yeah, it's flannel time. All right, here we go. We're gonna sing a song today called Over in the Meadow. And Over in the Meadow is a really old traditional song, and you can find lots and lots and lots of different verses to it. We are going to sing about a meadow full of animals. So we're going to look at 5 different animals and their babies. All right, here we go. Over in the meadow, in the sand and the sun, lived a kind mother turtle and her little turtle one. Dig, said the mother, I dig, said the one, and they dug and were happy in the sand, in the sun. There they are, a mama with 1 baby turtle. I wonder what else is in the meadow. Let's see. Over in the meadow where the streams run blue, lived a kind daddy fish and his little fish too. Swim, said the daddy, we swim, said the 2. So they swam and were happy where the stream runs blue. Ah, look at that. We have a mama turtle and a daddy fish. I wonder what else is in the meadow. Let's find out. Over in the meadow, in a hole in a tree, lived a kind mommy owl and her little owlets 3. Hoot, said the mommy, wee, hoot, 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 said the 3. So they hooted all day in a hole in the tree. So we have 1 baby, 2 babies, 3 babies. How many babies are going to be next? Let's find out. Over in the meadow, in the weeds by the shore, lived a kind daddy frog and his little frogs 4. Jump, said the daddy, we jump, said the 4. So they jumped and were happy in the weeds by the shore. Oh my goodness, so many animals. I wonder what else we have. Let's find out. Over in the meadow, in an old beehive, lived a kind mommy bee and her little bees 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Buzz, said the mommy, we buzz, said the 5. So they buzzed and were happy by the old beehive. You know, before we take this down, I know that you saw we had 1 baby, 2 baby, 3 babies, 4 babies, 5 babies. Let's count all of the animals on our board. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, oh my goodness, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have 20 animals over in the meadow. Thanks for playing.
Our next book today is called Jump for Joy by Karen Gray Ruel, illustrated by Hadley Hooper.
Miss Patty, what does that mean to jump for joy?
Oh, when I jump for joy, I bounce because I'm so excited or happy or grateful or just feeling all full of feelings. That's what I think of when I jump for joy. This Jump for Joy is brought to us by Astra Young Readers. Joy loved dogs. She had loved dogs for as long as she could remember, maybe even longer. And for as long as she could remember, and maybe even longer, Joy had wanted a dog. A big dog, a little dog, a spotted dog, a curly dog, it didn't matter. She'd know her dog when she saw him. Just thinking about all the different kinds of dogs. Jump loved kids. He had loved kids for as long as he could remember, maybe even longer. And for as long as he could remember, and maybe even longer, Jump had wanted a kid. A big kid, a little kid, a spotted kid, a curly kid, it didn't matter. He'd know his kid when he saw her. He's seeing kids all over. In the spring, Joy made a dog out of flowers. She called him Tulip, but the flowers wilted and fell to the ground. Jump made a kid out of ferns. He called her Fern, but the ferns wilted and fell to the ground. In the summer, Joy made a dog out of seashells. She called him Shelby, but the waves washed him away bit by bit. Jump made a kid out of sand. He called her Sandy, but the waves washed her away bit by bit. In the fall, Joy made a dog out of sticks. She called him Bark, but the cold wind blew and the sticks scattered. Jump made a kid out of mud. He called her Patty, but the cold wind blew and the mud splattered. In the winter, Joy made a dog out of snow. She called him Snowflake, but the sun came out and the snow melted. Jump made a kid out of snow. He called her Snowy, but the sun came out and the snow melted. Aww. There they're both going. Joy's walking away, hanging her head, looking sad. Over here, Jump is looking up, watching. Looks like he might be feeling sad too. Next spring, Joy went outside. There were flowers growing where Tulip had been. Jump went outside. There were ferns growing where Fern had been. Tulip, cried Joy. Fern, cried Jump, only it sounded like he said, woof. Then Joy saw Jump, and Jump saw Joy. A dog, cried Joy. A kid, cried Jump, only it sounded like he said, woof. And Joy jumped for joy, and Jump jumped for joy. And neither of them wilted, or melted, or scattered, or splattered, or washed away. They're playing.
Hey, Miss Patty.
Yeah.
Hey, Storytime friends. Anybody ready to wave a scarf?
Ooh, scarves.
So my friends, out of your Storytime kits, I'd like you to find your scarf. I'm gonna hand Miss Patty the green one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So she can wave it on over there. And remember, if you don't have a scarf, you can use a paper towel or a washcloth or a hand towel or whatever you've got to wave.
A sock.
A sock! You could wave a sock. All right, our very first song we're gonna sing is called Did You Ever See a... I'm sorry, what? Did you hear? Oh, heavens, yes. Oh, absolutely. Storytime friends. Giraffe would like to join us today. Hi, Miss Patty.
Hi, Giraffe.
Well, Storytime friends, I'm excited to be here for animal stories because I'm an animal. Did you know that?
Oh, I do know you're an animal, Giraffe. Welcome.
Thank you very much. All right, Giraffe, you stand right there and you can watch us wave. All right, Storytime friends, sorry for the interruption, but Giraffe is a very important interruption and that's okay. The very first song we are gonna sing is called Did You Ever See a Bunny? A bunny, yeah, a bunny. Here we go. Did you ever see a bunny, a bunny, a bunny? Did you ever see a bunny that hops so slow? They hop and hop and hop and hop. Did you ever see a bunny that hops so slow? Now what do you suppose our bunny's gonna do? See if you can go fast. Did you ever see a bunny, a bunny, a bunny? Did you ever see a bunny that hops so fast? They hop and hop and hop and hop. Did you ever see a bunny that hops so fast? All right, what happens if our bunny hopped in circles? Did you ever see a bunny, a bunny, a bunny? Did you ever see a bunny that hops in circles? They hop and hop and hop and hop. Did you ever see a bunny that hops in circles? Finally, what happens if our bunny leaped way up into the sky and goes so high? Did you ever see a bunny, a bunny, a bunny? Did you ever see a bunny that hops so high? They hop and hop and hop and hop. Did you ever see a bunny that hops so high? Oh, that was awesome, awesome, awesome story time, friends. We're going to do another one that is called Dance Like Penguins. Are you ready? Here we go. Penguins love to dance and play. They have fun every day. Penguins dance their cares away, and you can do it too. Are you ready to dance with the penguins? Here we go. Flap your flippers up and down, right and left, all around. Flap them high and flap them low. That's what penguins do. Did your flippers go all around? Okay, how about this? Penguins waddle on the ground, right and left, all around. Kick your feet straight out and back. That's what penguins do. Nice job! What else do they do? Penguins point their beaks up high. Turn your head to the sky. Hang your head back down again. That's what penguins do. Now, if you are a penguin, it's time to do your penguin dance. Here we go. Penguins, do your dance right now. Flap and kick, take a bow. Waddle in a circle, that's how penguins dance and play. Nice job, penguins. Hey, thanks for playing. Storytime, friends. Miss Patty, what a fun day! Miss Patty read to us that really super silly story about under the table. I have never even found a kangaroo under my table. And Elsie found a whole bunch of animals underneath her table. You should check under your table to see what might be there. Who knows? And Jump for Joy. Jump found Joy, and Joy found Jump. And I think they probably lived happily ever after. And then we sang the song about all of our animals in the meadow. Do you remember how many animals were all together in the meadow? That's right. There were 20 animals were over in the meadow. Now I think, though, it's time for us to say goodbye. It's kind of sad, but we got to do it so you can go do something fun. All right, here we go. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Yes, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Story time is done today. Now it's time to go and play. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Check under your table.